there is nothing my holiness cannot do. So hopefully this is getting pretty intense around here. Essentially, I had no idea the first time around about any of this, really recognizing or understanding what this was all about. You have your definitions and your ideas. We have this idea of holiness, that it is what is, say, deserves your respect, and you be nice and gentle with it, and it's holy, it's important, it's godly, right? It glitters and glows or something. And yes, most of those can be true and are true to any respect, because your holiness can do anything. So it can make anything. So remember, this is about that wholeness, about the wholeness. Yes, you might think of this as your psyche, your whole being wholly yourself, being wholly authentic. And this is good too. Yes, taking it in that perspective is very helpful. But when you recognize and you hear lines such, I mean, what was that line? I love it. The purpose of today's exercise is to begin to instill in you a sense that you have dominion over all things because of what you are. Not just what's in your mind. Yes, everything you perceive, yes, that's true. But I will not water this course down far enough to reach you if you don't want to recognize that this is actually a statement that, I mean, you have dominion over all things. Come on. The dreamer of the dream, right? The dreamer of the dream. And whenever you've come into a problem, whenever anyone comes into a problem, there is nothing your holiness cannot do, is actually a statement of recognizing that anything can change. And you, in your agreement and your allowance, have the ability to make this change. If it is really meant for you to make this change, if you really honestly want this change. Now, in a depth of your consciousness, in this dreamer of the dream, also has this recognition of what this whole thing's about, what it wants it to be. It's kind of like the script is already written out in a way, because you're just living it. And the story is actually all prepared for you in that same development. So it gets into a whole different ball game when you actually get into that perspective of recognizing that anything is possible because of what you are. Is just an absolutely massive statement that there is nothing that God cannot do, and you're a part of God, and therefore there's nothing that you cannot do. So there'll be all sorts of justifications as you're learning this, as maybe the time, maybe it's not right, or something, you're waiting for other people for this manifestation to occur, and really the only real problem is that you think you're separate from it all. And it's continuously always the fact that we want to recognize that your wholeness can do anything. But you think you're separateness, not wholeness. You think you're a separated one. You think you're a body, a person inside a world. No, I mean, you are, but the world's inside what you actually are. You're just taking this little perspective, this little point of view, this little experiencer. You want to live it for yourself. You want to experience it for yourself. I mean, how else could you know if it's good? Created it in 7 days, who cares? The fact that is, how do you judge if it's good if you don't live it yourself? It's really interesting when you think the stories are all about other people. And it makes sense. They're from, yes, different perspectives, point of views. They wrote it down. You didn't, right? You don't remember it as far as your body, your life, your physical life. But, I mean, as far as what you actually are, still, in this sense of just even planting the seed of recognizing possibly, maybe, you have dominion of everything. A lot of people might think that's pretty intense statement. I mean, especially the word dominion sounds a little like demon or something. But it's all up to you on really what we all believe.